Hello, everybody. My name's Ed Anderson. I'm from Seattle area, Seattle, Washington. I appreciate you giving us opportunity to talk with you about the Legacy Builders Group and creating generational wealth. I'd like to introduce my partner, Paul Hansen from Moore Park, California, and he'll be the host during this meeting. So, Paul, we got the recordings going, and you're on the spot.
Perfect. Well, greetings, everyone, and good evening to everybody. Hey, just to start out real quickly, for those of you who don't know me, yes, Ed said, my name is Paul Hansen, and with Ed and I, we welcome you to our webcast here, Legacy Builders Group, Creating Generational Wealth. So to begin with, and not to really bore anybody here, but a little background on us. Just so you know, I've been in business for, well, majority of my life, everything from automobiles to real estate, financial markets, and investing. I've owned and operated multiple businesses, and I've been involved in direct sales and network marketing for 30 plus years. And I know Ed is a retired stockbroker, and after retirement has spent his years in network marketing. So what we want to talk to you tonight is about money, since that's the usual scorecard relating to legacy. And look, I understand that money isn't everything, and certainly not the only factor when considering a legacy. However, we are certainly remembered for what we leave behind, right? Sir Francis Bacon once said, "Money is a great servant, but a bad master." See, that quote, I think, pretty much sums up and puts our discussion about money in the right perspective. Basically, money is a deficiency need, right? It's we all use it to pay our bills, enjoy life, and just get by. This is our intention to explore those ideas within this webinar. See, I promise there's going to be some things that you may discover during our time together that may very well shock you. And honestly, not in a bad way. We'll show you some things that are virtually unknown to the masses. So make sure to stay to the end so that you don't miss what we will reveal. Part of the problem a majority of people face, of course, and especially here in the United States, is what creeps up on all of us in relation to our dollars, and that is inflation. It is the insidious tax that depletes our spending power. The US dollar spending power has now been reduced to 3 cents. So you're probably wondering, what do we do? Well, we want to show you ways to keep more of your hard-earned money and show you a way to actually grow it at the same time. So tonight I want to show you how to assure yourself a way to acquire and participate in a very lucrative market, how the rich and the well-connected have used this secret for years, and how we will help you to the success you desire through our unique and friendly marketing plan. So we put together a few basic rudimentary questions, but these are probably questions that you probably have, and they're pretty simple. The first one is what we're going to show you. Is it simple? Another one, does it work? It's pretty obvious, right? Will I get assistance, and can I do it? Now, I understand that in addition to this, you probably have some additional questions, and we certainly invite them. So make sure you make note of them so that we can answer them at the end of the presentation, okay? So what are we actually talking about? Well, it's an age-old commodity that's been around for thousands of years. It's something that has been immortalized through the ages and sought after by kings, world leaders, and the wealthy. It's gold and silver in today's market. So probably most of you are going to recognize this name that you see up there, Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad, Poor Dad fame. Robert made this quote some time ago when he said, "Gold and silver is God's money. It's money made by God." And then in 1971, the US government under President Nixon took God's money and turned it into man-made money. And just to put an emphasis on this, I've got a short clip here where Robert is talking to a young millennial about why to buy gold and silver.
There's three kinds of money today that you guys got to be aware of. One is God's money, and God's money is gold and silver. So this is silver,
Yeah.
and this is gold. The reason I brought it is most people don't know what it looks like. And then there's government money, which is fiat currency, which is the dollar, the yen, the peso, the euro, the yuan.
Yeah.
Fake. And everybody's working hard for it. It's like eating fake food or drinking fake water. That's why people are getting sick financially, because they're working for fake money.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's fake assets, which was another part of the fake millennial, the fake generation series. But the reason I brought this here is most people haven't seen it. This here is real silver, plata. Okay. That's what it looks like. And so in 1972, and this here is gold.
Yeah.
This is God's money. This is what God's money looks like.
Yeah.
The reason I call it God's money is you can't fake it. You know, you can fake it with a fake ETF, like a gold ETF or a silver, which I don't touch because it smells as bad as the guys that printed that crap. You know what I mean? Jesus. But this is real money. So you look at this here. When I first started buying that, that was $1.40.
Yeah.
Today, that's $16. And this here is oro, gold. And the reason we brought it in is most people haven't seen or touched. This is real. This is God's money. Why did I say it's God's money? Because it was here when the earth was created.
Yeah.
And it'll be here when we're all dead and gone. When you're saving those fake dollars, this will still be here.
Yeah.
Or those fake ETFs or those fake stocks. So this here is called a green box. There's 500 of these little tubes like this.
Wow.
500 coins in here. And this is one, which is worth more.
Which one's worth more? The gold.
Yeah, this is worth more than all that. Now, the reason I say this is because for your generation, this could be the biggest opportunity you'll ever see. I'm not making any commissions on this stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But if you look at what happened with the fake central bank, see, the purpose of the central bank or the Fed or all, you know, the Japanese, the Bank of Japan, or the European Central Bank, they pump out fake money. The purpose of central banks like the Fed is to protect the banks, not you. They're a criminal operation as far as I'm concerned. You're going to find that most of my talks is about the Fed. So I would recommend you guys buy this stuff.
Yeah.
Don't save money. Don't save government money, because they're corrupt as hell, as you know.
Yeah.
Save God's money.
So to follow that up, this was a market roundup from 2020, and this basically compares some of the asset classes, including silver and gold, equities, and commodities. And you'll see silver and gold up at the top of the list with a percentage of return of 47.4% for silver and 24.6% for gold. So, and, you know, with full transparency here, there is an asset class that is missing. It's cryptocurrency, right? And for those of you that have put money into cryptocurrency, or probably, you know, at least, you know, prior to 2020, you probably saw a nice run up even into the early months of 2021 until it lost 50% of its value. And I bring that up only because it really points to the purchasing power, the staying power of silver and gold. So really, all those silver and gold eclipses all those equity classes, equities and commodities. So what we want to introduce you to tonight is 7K Metals and 7K Wealth Strategies. 7K Metals is a membership-based company, and we're going to talk a lot about that. So the first thing, and one of the things about 7K Metals is it's a very, very innovative company. And one of the first innovations they put into effect was called the Sound Money Wallet. And it addressed several issues, several problems that people, you know, were facing to, you know, get involved with the precious metals industry, you know, namely buying silver and gold. and of course, storing it. So the Sound Money wallet actually answered all of those issues because people were, first and foremost, probably insecure about storing their precious metals at home. So the Sound Money wallet took care of that because you actually, with membership, get a private box. You have it 100% insured by Lloyd's of London. It has military grade security, inventory management, movement tracking, electronic visibility, and this is all based on free monthly storage as part of the member benefits with us. It's really, truly the new age of precious metals has arrived, and it makes it simple to buy, store, trade, cash it out. And Ed, I know you had a great analogy, and I know you have some comments on the Sound Money wallet and what it has brought to this industry.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, I wanted to make an additional comment with respect to the membership model the 7K is using here. That's really important because most people are uncomfortable with things that are new, things that they've never experienced. And there's a lot of people out there, many people that haven't ever bought gold and silver. It's always been an idea, but they never really knew what to do or how to get started with it, and they just kind of put it outside, out of mind. So what 7K has done with the membership model is that they built a team of experienced experts in the precious metal space, and the goal of which is to guide members with their knowledge how to profit from the precious metal niche, the precious metal space. And this helps tremendously to accumulate the assets effectively in the gold and silver markets, and more importantly, at dealer direct prices. So that's important because prices are going to be typically quite a bit lower than what would be the case for non-members if they were acquiring gold and silver from other dealers. And the reason for that is they are cutting out the middleman. That's kind of cool, cutting out the middleman. It's almost like you're getting wholesale prices. So the analogy of Costco and Amazon, membership models is really accurate in this case, and you'll see as you experience this. So one of the first things they did, as Paul said, is that they put together these private vaults program, a digital vault, which is called Sound Money Wallet. That's for members only. And there's significant advantages to that. You're going to find, as you share this concept with people about 7K, and they're all nodding their head, this is interesting, but let me ask you a question. Every one of them are thinking this, and most of them verbalize it. They'll say, I need to ask you a question. What happens if I accumulate all this gold and silver, and I need or decide I want to sell part or all of it? What do I do then? How do I liquidate? Well, that's what this has done. It's solved that problem. It's really cumbersome for people that don't have access to this because they have to go to the dealer on the corner of 3rd and Vine, and reverse the transaction, get their money out at that point, and it's normally at a little bit worse price. But what we have here is for members is with one click of the mouse. Just one click of the mouse, you can liquidate those assets, part or all. With one click of the mouse, you could transfer money into silver or gold, or from silver to gold, or back to cash. Or if you want, you could put in Bitcoin. Or if you really wanted, you could transfer those assets, part or all, to another member. That's kind of neat, to be able to move money around like that just with one click of the mouse. And if you decide you want part or all your monies back, because it's stored at a location, and it's actually, this silver and gold is actually there in your name. But if you want, you can have part or all of that shipped FedEx. They'll ship it the next day. So you really have more control of the money, and it really becomes something that's a lot easier and manageable for you. And that's very important. That's very important. So I've always wanted to have a Swiss numbered account, and this is kind of similar to that, isn't it? The things that you hear, in Switzerland, and people call them up and they move money around and such. And it's typically for the rich and the famous, you know how that goes, or maybe the spies. And but this is for everyday people. No minimums, no maximums, fractional accounts, fractional amounts. You can buy and sell anytime you want with the click of the mouse. That's really neat.
Yeah. It actually puts the power in your hands, and it has allowed silver and gold to enter into the digital market, and that's really the essence of the Sound Money wallet. So, it's Sound Money, as we say, which is just another name for gold and silver, is how we take back our freedom. And one of the things that I alluded to in the introduction is inflation and how higher costs and the financial pressures are affecting everybody today. And this is a quick video that really, really brings it home.
Let me ask you a question. Are you working harder for your money just to cover the basics, but your money just doesn't seem to go as far? Look, it's not just you, and you're not alone. Higher costs and added financial pressures on families today are causing fear, uncertainty, and doubt on a large scale. In fact, as of May 2017, 44% of Americans said they could not cover a $400 emergency expense, and they'd have to rely on credit cards, selling something, or borrowing the money if such an event arose. So the question is, what's happening with your money? Look, it's in the numbers. In 1913, the Federal Reserve was created. In 2013, your dollar bill's buying power has been reduced to 5 cents. The dollar has lost around 96% of its value since the Federal Reserve was created in 1913. Look, here's how it hits you at home. This is the price increases from 2000 to 2018. If you eat food at home, the price of eating food has gone up by 43%, 59% if you eat out. You have to heat your home, your heat sources have gone up 99%. Car insurance, this is mandatory stuff, things you have to have. 90%, 97% increase in car insurance. Water and sewer, 133%. How many of you have loved ones that you would love to see go to college, either your children or your grandchildren, and yet their college tuition has gone up by 151% since 2000? Now, let me ask you this. Are medical costs going to increase or decrease the older we get and the longer we live? They're only going to increase, and it's going to cost much, much more. In fact, from 2018, your medical care expenses have gone up by 97%. So, do you mind if we show you the case for Sound Money? Don't worry. It's just a fancy name for gold and silver. In fact, gold and silver is one of the secrets the wealthy have used for ages to amass and protect their wealth. In fact, governments and financial institutions know and use the secret, and they are the largest holders of gold and silver in the world today.
So to follow that up, here's the 5 of the biggest reasons that we came up with for Sound Money, which is number 1, hedge against poor government decisions and potential economic collapse, wealth accumulation, wealth protection, portfolio diversification, and of course, coin collecting. And Ed, I know you wanted to make a point out of a couple of these reasons here.
Yeah, they all kind of fit hand in glove, certainly, especially the top 3, because they're all related to economics, worldwide economics, and how we react to it. But it really frustrates me, some of those slides in the previous video that we just watched, the results of that really frustrate me, because everybody, we work hard for the money, and we set forth goals, what we're going to do with the money, and you do the best you can, and then all of a sudden we get something called inflation that just hinders the whole process, and that's being polite. So as we generate work toward our legacy that we are putting forth, whether it's a cause, we're something for our family and creating generational wealth, you have that target and you're working hard, and then all of a sudden inflation comes in, and so what happens? You come 50% short, 75% short. So this concept that Paul mentioned earlier that it's a tax on us, indirect tax, So true. It's so true. And it really aggravates me tremendously. So, what we're going to be talking about later during this conversation is a method in which you can hedge against this inflation, and you can hedge it with gold and silver. It's time tested. It works, and I look forward to some feedback on this from you guys.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the things we say is 7K Metals is built to last, and there's a number of reasons for that. First and foremost, we are an A+ rated company with the Better Business Bureau. We are an NGC authorized dealer. What does that mean? Well, NGC stands for Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about that entity as we go along here tonight as well. Our vaults are insured by the best, Lloyd's of London. Our co-founder is billionaire Roger Ball. He started a company you've probably heard of called Melaleuca. The company has zero debt. It's beginning its 5th year in business, and it just built a new home office in Idaho Falls, and we ship using FedEx. And we also use the Plaid network to connect to banks. Now, this is the same one that Venmo uses and other large entities use to keep your data private. So just some more of an overview of how to think about 7K Metals. And we talked a little bit about this just a few minutes ago, but you have to think of 7K Metals as a premier membership. You know, everybody's familiar with Costco or Sam's Club model, but 7K Metals is a membership for those who want to buy gold and silver, period. We have a lot of members that just buy the annual membership for the membership benefits, some of those benefits that we've already mentioned to you, and they just do it to collect gold and silver, not to tell another person, and that's just fine. One of the main things we wish to communicate is that with 7K Metals, you're not buying anything. You're actually transferring wealth from a declining fiat paper dollar to appreciating assets. And that's really key. As Robert Kiyosaki just got done telling us, right? Gold and silver is God's money. It's been used for over 6,000 plus years, and it has eternal properties that cannot be duplicated or faked. And Ed, I know, you made a real big point on, the transferring wealth issue here, right?
Right. Yeah. When you understand this, the light bulb goes on. It's a simple concept. The whole idea is you're transferring wealth. You're not buying. You're not consuming. And as soon as you get that, it sounds so simple. It'll just seem more simple, I guess, simpler. All right. So not buying or consuming, rather you're transferring to another asset class. Okay. You're using money to acquire a different type of money. You're using paper money or fiat money to acquire precious metals or sound money. So you're just reallocating. You're just allocating assets from one type of asset class to another, just like any stockbroker would. So I refer back to the days when I was before I retired, and stockbrokers are always making recommendations to transfer assets from one class to another class. It depends on person's objectives, might change, or it depends on different economic times and such. That's all we're suggesting here. It's just transfer the money, not consume it. And so that's really what's great. You are not consuming assets, you are transferring assets. You still own those assets. You still own those assets. They're just not in paper anymore. And we're not necessarily saying do all your money toward this. We're just saying on a portfolio basis. It's just good, sound money management. It really is. Just no consumption. Yeah.
Practical advice.
Yes.
Absolutely. So these are the types of silver that you'll find in the marketplace. Now, this is also part of what we do with 7K Metals. We have an entire educational process so you understand what the precious metals industry is all about. We deal in all of these with the exception of junk silver. That is the money, coins that were in circulation 1974, or excuse me, 1964 and before. They are 90% silver. And it's also some of the nickels from the World War II years as well. We do deal in bullion, government struck bullion, proofs, and numismatics. And starts with bullion. These are, typically slabs, 10 or 100 ounces. And this is typically reserved for larger purchases. Government struck bullion like the Silver Eagle that you see here. We do a lot of business with that. We have proofs as well. These are lower mintages than bullion counterparts, and they're definitely more rare and limited numbers. And then numismatic coins. These are the rare and special collector's editions that have been graded. They've been protected in a case, never been touched by human hands. So what we want to do is talk a little bit about numismatic coins, because this is something I knew nothing about. And typically only about 5% of the coins that are struck qualify as an MS-70 in perfect condition. NGC defines a mint state or proof 70 coin as having no post-production imperfections at 5 times magnification. On the right here, you see the Sheldon grading scale, and the 70, of course, is top of the list. It's a perfect coin, okay? Most of what 7K deals with are 70s, MS-70s and PF-70s. Occasionally, we will have a 69, just depends on, the rarity of the coin, the availability of the coin, et cetera. But a majority of our coins are MS-70s or PF-70s. So that kind of gives you a general indication of what an MS coin is. And here we want to point out the fact that, as with fine wines, MS-70 coins have the ability to go far above the spot price of silver. Case in point, here's a 2016 1-ounce silver Marvel Black Panther coin. This is a 1-ounce proof, okay? It was put up for sale on eBay for $2,200. Now, I don't know what it sold for, but probably at or near that price. The upper right-hand side here, you'll see a 1999 MS-70 Silver Eagle. That was offered for $11,700. And I happen to know that's quite a bargain price, because this particular coin has sold as high as $19,000. And truly, as you see down here, it is the rarity in the story and the artwork that's, brings the value far above what the actual raw silver is, content of that is. One of the things that we are extremely proud of, and this is our collaboration with Miles Standish to design rare specialty coins exclusively for 7K metals. Miles is a prominent numismatist, an author. He's a coin grader. He's also vice president of NGC. He is, as I've said before, he is a big deal in the precious metals industry. You'll see one of the coins that he's recently done here, Miss Liberty collection. That is one of Miles' standout collections that we've had the opportunity to purchase exclusively for 7K metals, 7K metals membership. And Ed, we got a chance to meet him in May in Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah, he was a genuine individual, and this is really big. This really is big, and I need to reinforce that. He was named one of the top 10 numismatics in the last 50 years.
Yep.
I mean, that's significant. That's very significant, and he's working with us, and he's not an employee. He's collaborating with us. So the fact that somebody that's a vice president of NGC, a separate company, is reaching out to us says something. And it's, this is akin to you starting a sporting goods store that specializes in basketball equipment, and Michael Jordan calls you up and says, "Hey, I want to work with you." It's kind of neat, to be that somebody like this, Miles Standish, would be doing this with us. So it, it's a good deal.
Yep, yep. It's part of to be the best, work with the
Yeah.
best, right?
Right, absolutely.
Now, to carry on that, I just pointed out one of the coins that he actually designed, the Miss Liberty coin. This particular coin, this is the 1 ounce Miss Liberty here, was sold to us members exclusively for $200 about a year ago. And recently this was put up for sale on eBay for $795. Now, I don't know about you, but I think if I put $200 into something and within a few short months, it becomes worth nearly $800. I think that's a pretty good deal. I think you would probably, when you were in the business, the financial markets, Ed, you probably would have been jumping for joy. So your
sign me up. Yeah, sign me up for more of those. Definitely. This goes to the value of membership again, which is awesome because, I ask the people the question, if you were going, for some reason you decided you wanted to start collecting coins, what would you do? You'd probably just go buy some Silver Eagles and things you see advertised on TV and such, and that's not bad. But if you want to participate in the numismatic, the rare collectible coins such as this that are graded and has never been touched by man's hands, they're in that plastic container there that's sealed. If you wanted to participate, how would you know where to start? How would you know? Well, so 7K is working with people like Miles Standish to bring these kind of coins to your attention. And what are they doing? You're giving them to you at prices that are extraordinary prices. This is a quadruple.
Yep.
400% return. That's awesome. Sign me up for that.
And here's another Miles Standish series that was just brought out July 4th. Now, what you see pictured here is a 1, a 2, and a 5 ounce coin. Now, these are not out yet. What was started to be delivered are 1/2 ounce coins, which chronicle Ben Franklin's life and all of his careers throughout his life. So that's ongoing. So your timing is good. You can still get in on the 1, the 2, and the 5 ounce. Now, these are going to be limited production, without a doubt. I want to just
notice the detail on these coins
Yeah.
as you watch this video. This is
this
art.
It's one of the reasons why I wanted to share this video with you, is to highlight the detail on these coins.
An American icon, an American hero, an American life. Introducing a brand new Miles Standish design coin series.
Look at that.
An American life, only from 7K.
Tremendous series. Now,
Yeah.
beyond that, the Miles Standish series, and we've got plenty of them that are coming out, more to come. But we also, what 7K does is they go out and find unique, rare coins and deliver them to us at exceptional prices. And this is just one example. And this happens to be just a remarkable coin. It's the Black Panther. This is a PF70. It's a proof. This happens to be a 2 ounce silver coin covered in black obsidian, which is a volcanic glass. 888 of these minted. That was it for the world. These were offered to the membership, 7K members, for $479. At the same time, we could buy this coin for $479. There were other dealers, one showing here at the same time, Dazzling Coins, for $989. And another dealer here is just as an example in England. TWC offered the Panther at 999 euros, which equates to about $1,200 US. So again, value of membership. What the company does for its members is to bring this to the table. And it's nice to have an entity like 7K in your corner to be able to deliver prices like this, literally wholesale, for the membership. Ed, you've seen this coin, right?
Yeah, I tell you, this is a coin that really got me hooked. We were at this corporate Zoom in the first week or so of January. Every Monday night they have a corporate Zoom. And prior to this, I just got started with 7K, mid-December thereabouts. And Paul introduced it to me. And my plan was just to, buy some Silver Eagles and such, and just kind of accumulate some coins with the idea of, a good inflation hedge. And I'll just be patient, and, because I'm convinced, still am, that silver and gold prices are going to go higher. And so I wanted exposure in that niche. And so they had this meeting, as I mentioned, and they presented this coin. I've never seen anything like this. I had no idea things like this existed, let alone $479 when dealers across the world are offering it at $989 or 999 euros, which, the value of membership, that first off, that they would present that to their members. And then second off, at these kind of prices. This is awesome. This, by the way, many sources are saying is the leading candidate for the coin of the year in 2021.
Yeah,
absolutely. And this is offered and this is with a company called CIT Mint. Remember that name, because we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. And because, what you're seeing here kind of gives you a glimpse of what the coin looks like, but really doesn't. So what I've done is I've brought together a little video here, which will really show the detail in this coin.
Look at those eyes. Jeez.
Incredible.
And the whiskers like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Now, just not to be outdone with the Black Panther, this is a new coin, hasn't been released yet, but soon to be released by CIT. Again, this is a mint that 7K works with to a large extent. Look at the detail in this coin. It's so brilliant, it pixelates here.
Yeah.
So I want to show you these because a video like this gives you a better inclination and, better view of what these coins really look like. Now, again, getting back to Miles Standish, this happens to be the 2-ounce proof PF70 of the Miss Liberty coin. This one, again, was within the
Paul,
last
let me
year.
interrupt here a second.
Go ahead.
Purchase price, that's pretty obvious, $299 and $139. But where do you get this $950 market value and $549?
That's a good question.
546. Yeah.
And I'm going to bring that up because this is another issue that a lot of people had questions about, and it's a good point.
Okay.
This 7K or the Miss Liberty 2-ounce proof, 299 purchase price. When I did this slide, the market value on this coin was $950 out, and this coin hasn't been out a year, right? Over on the right-hand side, this is one of our autosaver coins. Okay, it's called, this one, it happens to be the Montana Morning Cloak Butterfly. You can buy the US Animal Series for $139 every single month. You can get the whole collection. It's going to be 50 of them in this collection, 50 states, of course. But this particular coin, when I did this, market value on this was $546. And not to be outdone, I'm going to show you one more series here that this is exclusive to 7K Metals. This is a series we put together called the Roman Empire series. This is a series of 12 coins, 500 minted of each. That's it for the world. So it started Ides of March, of course, with Julius Caesar, March 15th. This coin was made available to the members for $349. It had a current market value when I did this slide a few weeks ago of $844. 2 weeks later, the Brutus coin was brought out. Same price, $349. And again, when I did this slide, market value on this coin was $633. Again, value of membership here. It's absolutely amazing.
Hey, Paul, before you go on to this,
Yeah.
can you go back a slide? All right, the Montana Morning Cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Anna just typed a message in the chat
Uh-huh.
that she just got that coin, and I think
Wow.
that she must have just got it from the auto shipment this month, if that's
Yeah.
the case. Anna, tell us, what price did you pay for it? Can you type in the chat?
We can't see it here though, Ed.
I can't. No, I got it in the chat. She paid $139. I knew that was going to be the case, but the reason why I want to bring that up is she paid for it $139, and it's at $546 or something like that right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Hey, you know what she just did?
What?
Just paid for your membership. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Almost the whole thing, just right there. And yeah, that's awesome. Now, what company would do that? You know, I mean, if they knew the price is $549, but they're still going to sell to you for $139.
Yeah. Well, it's integrity. It's called integrity.
Yeah.
Because this company is going to build a legacy for themselves and for a lot of other people. And that's what I love about this company.
Yeah.
And okay, so Roman Empire series. These are antiqued coins, right? Okay, they're antiqued silver. They're pure silver. The details incredible. Again, these are coins you need to see. I don't have any videos on this, but we could show you that. But you know, we got to move on here. So I want to show you because Ed brought up the point of where did we get this market value price? Well, okay, one of the things that 7K realized is that people who were collecting graded coins like you see here and like we've just shown you, this was a particular problem. It was an issue. You know, where would you sell them? You know, eBay wasn't the most trustworthy place to do it. You could go to a coin dealer and then haggle and wonder if you're really getting market value there. So they said, you know, we got to solve this problem. So they created an outside company with help called Stack and Sell. And what Stack and Sell does is it gives us an app though where we can scan in our coins with that barcode. So we call it Stack It. You stack your coins into your inventory, if you will. And if you ever desire to, you know, want to sell any of them, you can simply put them into the marketplace. The Stack and Sell authenticates it by the use of this barcode. They can authenticate it very quickly. So if a buyer comes along and says, hey, I'll pay you X for it, the seller agrees to the price, Stack and Sell authenticates it, and the exchange is made and happened through Stack and Sell. So they really act as an escrow, if you will, very similar to a real estate transaction, if you will. And
Pretty
Ed
much
and
takes the risk out of that,
Yeah.
out of that transaction, doesn't it?
we were, and you and I were, beta testers of this, and now, of course, it's available to everybody. And you had some experience with it, Ed.
Right,
So
yeah,
tell
it's,
us.
we were the beta group, and now it's available to anybody. It's, I'm sure, primarily people with the 7K membership, but it's going to be available to everybody worldwide, even if you're not a member of 7K. And that's good, because you want a broad market. You want everybody to see these coins, especially once I own all these coins. I want the whole world to know about it, so they can bid on it, right? See, so you want to broaden out the marketplace on it. So this is pretty neat. You just scan them in. It keeps track of your coins, and one click of the mouse, if you decide you want to sell it, you just move it to the marketplace, and you set your price. You just follow the queue, and you wait for somebody to buy it. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to worry about that two-step dance that you have with eBay, which you put something for sale there, and they say, yeah, send it to me and I'll send you the money. Well, no, you send me the money and I'll send it to you. That's not the way to do coins. Plus, you don't want people to know who you are, that you're collecting the coins. This is all done anonymously. It's awesome.
Yep.
This is this is just like with the Sound Money wallet, which is solves the problem. How do I sell it safely? With the ungraded coins, the bullion and the circulated coins.
Yeah.
That eliminated that problem. Well, this eliminates the problem for the collectibles.
Yeah, absolutely.
These guys get pretty sharp.
It brings I like to say it brings the issue of buying and selling graded coins full circle. It really closed that loop that was that missing link.
Yeah.
For the coin collector, for sure. So 7K Metals, as we've alluded to before, is a direct dealer with the U.S. Mint, which is key, and CIT Mint. There is no middleman here. Okay, we buy directly from the mints. Okay, so when you get a Silver Eagle, with 7K, you're getting it directly from 7K through the mint. So you want to buy a monster box or a green box that Robert Kiyosaki talked about, you can do that. And there's no minimums or maximums. So we've got people buying a lot of gold and silver through the Sound Money wallet, and it makes it convenient. And then, of course, CIT, and Ed,
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mentioned earlier Miles Standish. We're working with the best there. This guy is phenomenal. You can't get more highly respected in the industry.
That's right.
Who is CIT? They're from Liechtenstein. And 4 of the last 5 years, they were named the top mint in the world for technological advances. You can see from those coins how the relief on it, that's the lift from the coin, the dimensions and such. It's just phenomenal. Nobody else knows how to do that. So I can remember back when I was a kid, my folks said to me, Ed, if you want to be the best, you got to hang around with the best. You got to be with the best. That's what it's all about. What are we doing here? We're hanging around the best.
Yeah.
This is awesome. This says a lot. Life leaves clues in my mind. This says a lot.
Sure does. Sure does. So here's a good question for all of us. What if I told you that we all made the $1.2 million mistake? And what this gives rise to are 2 things: awareness and discipline. And that's really what we're talking about here tonight. One is awareness, being aware of what's available out there for us, and then having the discipline to see it through. And you'll see what I mean by this short video.
The $1.2 million mistake. Take this scenario as an example. Let's say you wanted to purchase a brand new Mustang in 1965. It would have cost you around $2,500 or 2,500 silver coins. Today, the same 2,500 won't get you the car, but the same 2,500 silver coins could buy you 2 cars. As you can see here, while the US dollar has lost its value over time, gold and silver has maintained its purchasing power. So what would have happened if you knew this was going to occur and started purchasing silver? Let me show you. It begins with the MS-70 Silver Eagle. MS stands for Mint State. It's a grading system, and an MS-70 coin means the coin is in its perfect condition. If you had purchased one of these coins every single month since 1986, you would be sitting on a $1.2 million portfolio. And get this, that $1.2 million portfolio would have only cost you $50,000. That's the $1.2 million mistake.
So how many of
The one-
us would have made, had we been aware, would we have had the discipline to see that through? I question that. I ask myself that question all the time. So a lot of people will say, well, what's in it for me? Well, hopefully we've demonstrated a few of the attributes here of what could be for you. And then, you know, a lot of times we'll get this question, this has to be expensive, right? Well, no, it's not. Actually, a standard membership is only $199. That's an annual membership. And this total value on this is over $400. This is a good start for new people. Comes with top-notch buyer and collectors training, 3 months of technology credits, which we'll explain in just a bit what that means, and 1 gem uncirculated coin like you see pictured here. Now, the standard membership is, we follow that up with a premium membership. Now, this is $499 per year. And this has a total value of over $1,100. And this is best for business builders who want to make some serious money with us. With this membership, you get 2 coins, an MS-70 variety coin and a silver bullion coin, like you see pictured here. It also comes with the same things that the standard membership has, top-notch buyer and collectors training. You get technology credits for an entire year. And of course, marketing materials, which include strategy books and business cards. And Ed, you wanted to fill us in here a little bit on
Right.
technology credit.
So the technology credits is a CRM system,
Yeah.
which is, there's 20 videos in it, and the videos are just awesome. So what you're going to do is you can download an app onto your cell phone, and then import the leads from your database on your computer to the or on your cell phone, either way, onto this app.
Okay.
And then you can just make up your mind who you want to send the links to, the videos to, because they're all really good videos. Do a fantastic job of explaining about what's going on here, and then follow up, because you're going to be contacted if they watched it. And then if they decide to sign up right there's the links that allow them to do that. So that's a really great tool. And you get it for the whole year versus on the standard package, you get it for 3 months. So this is, pretty good deal. And then you get 2 coins versus just the 1 coin. So we're here to accumulate coins, in my opinion. So if a person wants to build a business, the best way to do it is to get started. But if you can, do the $4.99, because that's where the rubber meets the road, as they say.
Yeah. Now, these points you see down here, we're going to explain what that means here in just a second. So sit tight on that. But before we do that, I want to kind of go over probably the number one thing we're most known for, and that's our autosaver program. It used to be called Coin of the Month program. There are three levels: basic, variety, and specialty. And you can do 1, 2, or all 3, which many people do. The basic level, this is for an MS-70 Silver Eagle or a standard 7K labeled MS-70 Silver Eagle. And then the variety, this is the U.S. State Animal Series that you already saw an example of that, the Montana Morning Cloak Butterfly. That's part of the U.S. State Animal Series. And then the specialty, this is a 1/2 gram gold coin. And this is also, this just premiered for the U.S. State Animal Series as well. So you got 2 U.S. State Animal Series, one in silver and one in gold. The gold one just started last month. So, timing is very good on that. Pricing, the basic is $109, variety is $139, and specialty is $179. And again, you can do 1, 2, or all 3. So I could stop right here, it'd probably be plenty, but guess what? You get there in a commission too. And this is where the points come in. The members and memberships and renewals are 50 or 150 points, depending on what level of membership is purchased. The monthly auto saver program, you acquire 15 or 20 points, and then you have rare coin sales between 2 and 50 points. And then also you're awarded retail sales. This is a percentage of any sales that would be done on a retail basis through your website. So how this works is every time a new member joins your team or a monthly autosaver coin is ordered, whether you brought that person into the team or another person brought an active associate on your team, you collect the points towards a cycle check. That's how it works. Now, to simplify this, basically our compensation plan is built around 2 teams. Basically, it's easiest to show you this way, a left team and a right team. To be commission qualified, you have to become an associate. To become an associate, you need an active teammate on your left and one on your right. So a membership here and a membership here. Now you're qualified for a maximum weekly payout up to $500. Let's assume that the members that come in, they bought premium membership. So what you would acquire is 150 points here and 150 points here, left and right. And then the thing that we advocate, of course, is to help your new members rank up to become an associate. So we're going to help them find someone. So once that occurs, you just put one more person under the on your left side member, and let's assume they buy the premium membership as well. So it's another 150 points here, and doing the same thing on the right side for another 150 points. We have a total of 300 points left and right. Now we're not up to the maximum 500 weekly payout, but we hit a threshold of 250 points, which is enough for your first payout or your first check of $250. And you have 50 points left over, which goes towards your next cycle check. So if you acquire another 200 points on left side and right side before the end of that week, of course, you can get another check for $250. So how you advance within this compensation plan is you're helping your members become associates. Once you have an associate on your left side and one on your right side, which means each of those members has one on their left and one on their right, they become an associate, right? You become a copper, and now you're qualified for up to a maximum weekly payout of $1,000. Do the same thing now to get to bronze. You need a copper on the left and a copper on the right. You're qualified up to $2,000, okay? So this goes on all the way up to presidential gold for a maximum weekly payout of $12,500. It's pretty simple. And what we say, we help you to what we want to help you to rank up to bank up. Ed, you and I've seen a number of compensation plans. One of the things that impressed me about this is the speed at which people are getting checks within this compensation plan.
Right. The return on investment is pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm presuming that you're actively sharing the idea to people.
Right. Yeah.
But don't get wigged out if it isn't obvious initially, because it's really is quite simple. It's just learning a different vocabulary, you know, as you're going through this. And just trust with this, that rank up to bank up. If Paul wants to get to the top, he's got to have a team that are moving up with him, and that means he needs to help them. And if I want to get to the top, I've got to have a team that wants to move up with me, and I'll help them. So it's to our benefit to help people understand this comp plan and how to implement it so that you can help people make money. And so don't worry about all the details on a simple presentation like that. As we get comfortable with each other, you'll learn this. It's pretty simple. The light bulb will go on, and you'll be making money like everybody else is, pretty much.
Yeah, it truly is a very simple comp plan, and pays out tremendously well. And one of the things that the company puts up as a prize here is a 100-ounce silver bar for ranking up to the silver level within 90 days. Now, Ed and I both attended the regional in Salt Lake City back in May. We saw a bunch of these handed out because the company gave out close to $100,000 worth of silver there. So it was,
think about that. Those silver bars at that time were about $3,000, a little bit over $3,000 each.
yeah.
So that would indicate the math, you know, simple math, approximately 30 people qualified for the silver rank within the first 90 days. Now, that wasn't everybody, but that's a lot. You know, that's a lot, because if you go back to the slide, it shows, you know, what it took to get to be a silver. 5 people on the left, 5 people on the right, and of which you've got 1 person on the left and 1 person on the right that are bronze. And that means they're qualified for up to $3,500 a week. So, you know, it's not impossible to get to that point. Let's just put it that way.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And it was pretty amazing to see that the numbers of, and you know, how people get excited actually getting our own product. It's like one of the founders of the company says, you know, our product isn't as good as gold. It is gold and silver.
I like that.
Yeah. So these are some of the member benefits. Now, we haven't covered all of these. We just don't have time to do it tonight, but I call it the Wheel of Fortune. But I do want to highlight some of the things that we've gone over just as a review. First and foremost was the Sound Money Wallet, of course, a tremendous innovation for the precious metals industry. The Autosaver program, which we just explained to you. We even have a 7K healthcare program for those who need it. Again, we have dealer direct pricing, which we have talked about. Dealer direct with the mints, US Mint and CIT and other mints around the world. We also have 7K limited and rare coins. Now, these coins are like the Panther, like our example, a rare coin that the company goes out and purchases on behalf of the members and offers them to us at wholesale prices. And these coins are delivered to us via what we call a coin drop. Now, this is a specified time when these are delivered with an entry code so that you can get into the shopping cart to hopefully be quick enough to capture some of these coins. So it's really one of the fun things within the company, because some of these coins are just magnificent, as we've shown you. I wish we could show you more, but become a member and you can see a lot more of them, that's for sure. And then, of course, you have 1099 tax advantage, being in business for yourself. Of course, there's plenty of tax advantages there. We work with a company for a gold back IRA. It's New Directions IRA, so you can put your silver and gold into your retirement account. 7K Advantage is basically a savings app. Actually, over 800,000 ways to save. Ed and I actually used it when we traveled to Salt Lake City in May for air travel and for restaurants and a whole bunch of other things that you can utilize that app for. And then, of course, residual income for a lifetime through our compensation plan, which we just explained to you briefly. And then e-commerce sales. This is retail sales from your personal website. Ed, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about at least one of these
Yeah.
benefits.
The item number 9 there, residual income for lifetime. Everybody, I bet you everybody on this call, it's our intent to go to the top of this compensation plan. But sometimes life gets in the way. Things happen. You get distracted, or who knows what, and maybe you never get engaged. Maybe for months you're stuck, and so. Here's what's neat about this. If that happened, you're still buying coins. And you're buying coins that are tremendously valued. So it's a savings. It's a savings. It's not a savings account, but it's an investment account, and you're actually accumulating capital. You're accumulating assets. And so you're not going backwards. If you were in a program that was selling maybe a lotion or a potion or something else, and that same thing happened, you would be accumulating a whole bunch of lotions and potion versus assets.
Yep.
So this is important. Yep. That's really important. That's what sets this thing aside, in my opinion, more than anything. So you don't have to worry about, can I make money with this?
Yeah.
You're going to accumulate capital, sound money.
And we've got some member testimonials too that reiterate that point in a very big way. So we're going to get to those in just a bit. But got a couple questions for you. I want you to ask yourself this. How would it feel to know that you had control over your financial future? And how would your life be different if you had more time, more money to do what you love? As we Ed and I were talking earlier today, as we get older, we tend to not dream as much as we used to, right? It was much easier, it seemed to be, when we were younger, much younger. But I've got to tell you a quick story, and it's a story of one of the members. His name is Dwight Stelly. He had a daughter, Brooke. She was graduating high school, 17, ready to go on to her 18th year. And he sat her down and said, Brooke, what are you going to do? Is it college, or is it go to work, or, what do you think? And they had a heart to heart. And what Dwight mentioned to her, he said, why don't you look at what we're doing, what I'm doing? And, if you were successful with this, you won't have to go to work for anybody else. Okay. So her 18th birthday came around. She signed up to become a member. She is now 19 years old. She's a gold with 7K medals, and she is financially free. 1 year in this business as a 19-year-old. She'll never have to work for anybody else but herself. So it's a pretty incredible story. So I tell you that only because it's possible for everybody. It's very possible. So Ed, you've heard that story before, I know. And,
yeah, it's remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's absolutely remarkable.
I wish that was in the cards for everybody. But the one thing she did was she took action.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just shared the program. So we're getting back to those questions we started off with. Is it simple? I've been in a lot of different programs. I've got to say, it doesn't get any simpler than save, share, and earn, right? I mean, this is as simple as it comes. Does it work? Well, hopefully we've given you enough examples of how it works and how it can work for you, okay? Whether you're going to be a big business builder or not, it doesn't matter. It's a win-win situation. And I'm going to show that to you with some of these testimonials that we got coming up. Will I get assistance? Yes. Well, hopefully we demonstrated that through our explanation of the compensation plan, because the only way any of us can advance within this compensation plan is to assist our members to advance. Now, of course, it's going to take you pulling in the same direction we are. Okay. So, but somebody who's willing to learn, be coachable, teachable, you're going to do well in this business. And that's what I say. Can I do it? The answer is a resounding yes. See, what we want to do is help you rank up to bank up to build your legacy. So here's your game plan. Become a professional inviter to this webinar. We give you the times and links. Now, we're doing these every Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time right now. That may change, or we may add additional webinars, or we may have other people within our organization add webinars as well. So I certainly welcome that. Let us do the telling and sharing for you. Okay, this is what we want to do for you. Okay. We'll even tell your prospect to let you know which package they want to get started with. And all you have to do is simply follow up with your prospect and help them get started. And then just teach them these 4 steps. It's as simple as that. So does it work? Now, like I said before, I've got some testimonials here that I really want you to listen to.
I'm Lottie Bronson. I'm from San Joaquin, Utah. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and 7K Metals was introduced to me just a couple months back. After it was introduced, literally just a couple days after that, my husband called me and said, Lottie, I have no idea how we're gonna pay rent. Like, we are out. And is there any way, like, what can we do? And I threw myself into 7K Metals. I decided to fully invest myself, and in a matter of 4 weeks, we brought in $5,000. And that was really exciting. It was life-changing.
So I've been in a lot of other network marketing companies, and my husband has always been kind of annoyed that we get all these products that we don't use and we don't care about. And one of the best things was that you can't really say you don't want gold and silver piling up on your shelf for 20 years. I'm definitely okay with that.
I'm a dreamer. One thing I found out about being a dreamer is that dreams are usually bigger than your budget. And so you're always looking for that extra $1,000, $2,000 to kind of bring that dream to become a reality. And a friend introduced me to 7K Metals, and because of the early success I've seen with 7K Metals, I'm able to bring a lot of those dreams that I put on the back burner, bring them back to the front burner, turn the flame back up, and dream again.
It's very rare to find a company that has a product that everybody wins. And in 7K Metals, we have a win-win-win scenario. And here's what I mean by that. Whether you're just collecting your assets of gold and silver on a weekly or monthly basis, or you're building a team, at the end of the day, you have a product that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it's gonna always have value, and I love that.
Since I've been involved with 7K Metals, in the 8 weeks that I've been with the company, I have earned $7,000. That's made a huge difference for me.
What I love most about 7K Metals is the product. It is nice to get stuff that comes to your door on a monthly basis that's precious metals. Silver coins coming month after month is a whole lot better, in my opinion, than a lotion, a potion, or a pill. Something that's gonna expire or go rancid, and in 2 years you're gonna be kind of ticked off when you walk in that spare bedroom and see it piling up on your shelf. So I can't say enough about the program, but I also can't say enough about the product.
My husband and I, we've worked on other projects before where we've made a lot of money personally, but sometimes we've had challenges helping other people make money. And in this company already, 30 people that we've invited into this company have already made money in less than 8 weeks. I would just invite you to check it out. Check out 7K Metals. It is awesome.
So obviously our solution beats the alternative. Those of you that have been around the block a few times, you know what garage qualified definitely means. So your choice is here. You know, which picture looks best to you? Ed, what do you think?
Isn't that pretty on the right? I tell you.
Lots of shiny stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So the question is, will you join us in our mission? So we're asking you to get back to the person who introduced you, pick a membership package and get started with us today. And while you do that, we've got a bonus for those of you who are joining us. And this is the 7 Steps to Freedom Guide. It's a step-by-step guide to creating total freedom in business and in life. This is 7 hours of top-notch video instruction to help launch your business. And what you're going to learn is what it takes to succeed, and you won't have to pay any amount of money that you see there on the screen. It's yours for free for being part of our team. It's brought to you by this young man here, Vic Strysus, who is also putting together, he is also part of our team, so to speak. He is a gold executive, and everybody within this team is going to get a marketing platform that Vic is putting together. Currently, that platform is at 7K for clients, okay? So we will be seeing this imminently. We're just waiting on 7K's blessing on this. And that's going to include a lot of tools for everyone. So the cost on this is 0, okay? Anybody on your team and anybody they bring in on their team will have access to this. Now, those of you who are joining us, we will give you some onboarding instructions once you're a member, and we'll make sure that you have access to the 7 Steps to Freedom, and of course the marketing platform once that is released. So
this is a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. Not only do we have a great company to represent and one in which we can accumulate assets and protect our legacy and build our legacy, but we've got a system in place that's going to help us build it.
Yeah.
And the cost of it is free for us and everybody that we bring in and they bring in and they bring in. So does it get any better? I don't think so.
Yeah, we're going to be able to create some great legacy for a lot of people here. I honestly believe that. And
get up and dance, everybody. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. So here's our income disclosure, which we must talk about because I want to tell you that these figures that we have shown you here tonight should not be considered as guarantees or projections of your actual earnings or profits. Any representation or guarantee of earnings would be misleading, obviously. Success with 7K Metals, as with any other business, does require sales efforts, which require hard work, diligence, and leadership. And your success is going to depend on how effectively you exercise those qualities. So Ed, did we have any questions that pop up?
Actually, no, we didn't. But oh wait, thanks. Candace, thank you, Ed. Okay, I thought that was a question. But no questions. We're good to go.
Thanks, Anna, for contributing that. That was nice. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for attending. And bring a guest.
Don't forget our Thursday call, conference call. I'll get the word out to everybody via email.
That's right. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night, everybody.